A very happy new year to all of you. I hope this year brings lots of positivity, peace, and happiness your way. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I took a short break during the Christmas holidays and had a really lovely vacation, which is why there were no videos for a while. But I'm finally back and super excited to start the year with you all. And before I dive into my favorite books of last year, I thought it would be fun to first talk about my top 5 movies that I watched in 2025. So let's get started. A quick disclaimer before we begin. All of these are not movies that released in 2025. These are simply the movies that I watched in 2025, regardless of when they were released. I'll try to share quick one-line thoughts and star ratings for all the movies I watched, and I have divided these movies into 2 categories, Indian and international. I'll put the timestamps in the description, so feel free to jump around. Let's start with the international ones. The first is Matilda, the musical. It was fun and colorful, but I think I liked the 96 movie way better. Sully. It was calm, inspiring, and quietly powerful. Next is A Man Called Otto. It was emotional, warm, and deeply human. And next is K-pop Demon Hunters. It was stylish, energetic, and extremely entertaining. The Thursday Murder Club. Cozy, charming, and an easy watch. Glass Onion, clever, glossy, and sharply written. A Quiet Place Day 1, atmospheric and tense, but not as impactful as I expected. Fantastic Four, First Steps, decent watch, but nothing memorable. The Woman in Cabin 10, interesting premise, but uneven execution. Superman, the latest one, hopeful, emotionally grounded, and refreshing. Wake Up Dead Man, the third in the Knives Out franchise, dark, intense, and gripping. Rescued by Ruby, warm, uplifting, and perfect for a feel-good watch. Now moving on to the Indian films. Kathal is a Hindi language film, and it is a smart satire with an important social message. Mirai is a Telugu film. It's a decent fantasy action drama. Dasvi is again a light, entertaining, and message-driven Hindi movie. Eken Benaroshi Bibhishika is a fun Bengali mystery with strong local flavors. Next is Jersey. I watched the Hindi version. It was beautifully emotional and very inspiring. Next is an Assamese movie, Roy Roy Binale. It was a very sentimental watch for me after Zubeen Garg's death, so I won't rate this one. And then comes Suryavanshi, again a Hindi language film, part of the cop universe, and it was loud and very formulaic. Before I move on to my top 5 movies of the year, just a quick note, especially for my Indian viewers. At the time of recording this video, I haven't watched Dhurandhar yet. So if you are wondering why it's not on this list, that's the reason. I'll definitely get to it later, so please don't come at me. Now let's talk about my top 5 movies of the year in no particular order. The Wild Robot. This movie completely stole my heart. It's visually beautiful and emotionally very rich. At its core, it talks about belonging, motherhood, survival, and kindness, and it does all of that so gently. I picked up the book after I watched the movie, and for me the movie was far better than the book. Next is YOLO, You Only Live Once. This is an unexpectedly motivating and empowering Chinese film. It's about self-worth, discipline, and starting over without being preachy. The character arc feels honest and relatable because the director and the main lead, Jia Ling, actually went through the transformation. I finished the movie feeling hopeful and motivated. Next is Three of Us. It's a quiet, a slow and deeply emotional Hindi film. It explores grief, memory, and unfinished relationships in a very realistic way. Shefali Shah's performance is restrained yet incredibly impactful. This is the kind of movie that stays with you. Next is Godzilla Minus One. This Japanese film surprised me the most. It's not just a monster movie, it's about trauma, guilt, survival, and rebuilding after loss. The emotional depth combined with stunning visuals made it stand out. Last but not the least, the Malayalam phenomenon Loka. This movie shattered box office records for a reason. It proves that you don't need a $200 or $300 million budget to make a world-class superhero epic. The mythology, the Chandra character, and that wild Bengaluru setting, I think it's a massive win for Indian cinema on the global stage. And these were all the movies I watched in 2025 along with my top favorites of the year. Let me know in the comments if you have watched any of these or which movie was your favorite. And next up, I'll be sharing my favorite books of the year, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.